It is Thursday, and that means we are back in nutrition educator Lynn Matava's kitchen. If you're looking for a fun and unique pasta dish to try, then Lynn has the recipe for you, and it involves squash. Let's check it out.
Today we're going to talk about spaghetti squash. This is a very fun thing that you can cook up with the family and use as a substitute for actual spaghetti or just as a really cool kind of side. Kids love this. And it can be a little tricky, so I thought it would be a fun thing to share with you how we're going to approach this thing. So first of all, this squash is very hard, like a lot of other squash and gourds are, so it can be a little bit intimidating to cut into, and you want to protect your fingers and make sure that we're not cutting ourselves with a knife. So my favorite trick for this is that we give this a few holes in it all around with a knife, or a fork. You could use a fork also if you've got little kids doing it. And then I put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. And that's just enough to soften this up that it begins to, it's a lot easier to cut that way. Now I've already done this one, so now we're just going to cut into it. It's still a little bit tough, but this was a very large one. Notice my hands are out of the way. That was a very big top, so I'm just going to rip it open the rest of the way. And inside, it's a lot like a pumpkin. It's got all this stringy stuff and the seeds. We can scoop that out. We're not going to eat the stringy stuff, not this anyway. The guts, as my kids used to call it. But you can pull out these seeds if you're interested. They're just like pumpkin seeds. They're a great snack. You could just put them in a pan and kind of toast them until they're a little bit brown. You could put them in the oven and roast them, but these are fully edible and they're very delicious and they're good for you as well. So that's an option for you. And then the next thing we're going to do is pull out a pan, and then I like to just brush these a little bit. I don't have a brush here, so you're going to get to watch me use my fingers, but I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them, not much. You could use whatever cooking oil you use, or even just a little bit of nonstick spray. And then I'm going to choose to sprinkle these with a little bit of salt, just a pinch, and put a little bit of pepper on them. And then these are going to go face down in a pan. Now, you have a couple of options here. You could put this in the oven for about 400 degrees for about 40 minutes, and it'll get nice and soft, and then you can scoop out that flesh. But I want you to have some options that are a little bit time saving. So another thing you can do is you can actually put these in the microwave for about 14 or 15 minutes. This one's pretty large, so it may take more than 40 in the oven. It may take more than 15 in the microwave. So this one's been in the microwave for 14 minutes, and I didn't even add any oil to this one. I just put a little bit of water in the bottom of this dish, and then get the fork is better. So I start to pull this out. You can see as we get all this flesh out that really resembles spaghetti. Now the difference between this and spaghetti, obviously spaghetti is a product made from flour, wheat flour. So this is a cup of this equals about 40 calories. It's got a good amount of fiber, vitamin C, vitamin A, potassium, and some other vitamins and minerals, and it's very low in carbohydrates. So this is a great substitute if you're trying to just, cut out a little bit of the carbohydrates, or if you're trying to add more vegetables in. This makes a great side. Just a little bit of salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese would make this delicious. You could also top it with tomato sauce, or I've even seen people stuff this cavity with all kinds of things like you would a pepper, put a little cheese in there, bake it in the oven, and then you have this kind of boat of goodness going on. So I encourage you to go out and get some spaghetti squash, try it, and let us know what you think.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all of Lynn's tips and tricks on our website. To find them, just log on to 47abc.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.